Hello, Victor. Let's get this party started. Or perhaps he's wondering why someone would shoot a man before throwing him through a plane. Deshaun, welcome. Star City, J. What's up to Michael Soto? And Deion Sanders. I need you guys to smash the like button. We have the livest of live streams. I believe Star City says I must chill. I will not chill. John Smith in the comment section. Or perhaps he's wondering why someone would shoot a man before throwing him through a plane. It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. New media. Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. Theatricality and deception, powerful agents to the old media. I have some things I would like to talk about with you all. Gather around, Anthony Cruz. This is no Mortal Kombat. But I promise you all, I will finish him. When boxing is ashes, you have my permission to die. Do you feel in charge? Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Eagle, and I'm back. Somebody said Hannibal Lecter. Hey, new media, we coming. We coming for everything. Smash the like button. The real is back. The real is back. I have a couple announcements for you all. Somebody says Hannibal Lecter. Well, hello, Claudius. There once was a caretaker who tried to test me. I delivered some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Yeah, we eating up old medium. I need some water, but I got a couple announcements. Listen. Make sure you smash the like button. Let's get a quick roll call in there. I want to tell y'all some announcements. We're going to keep this thing moving. City, state, zip, where y'all at, where y'all from. It's the regular shit. Let's get it. Hey, I told you I'm the bane of boxing. I am boxing's reckoning. Let's get it. City, state, zip. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? We working. Y'all know what that is. San Diego in the building. Oh yeah. Santa Ana. Panama City 850. They said they strong, you heard? Living outside Philly, PA, but shout out to Harrisburg, PA. Let's get it. City, state, zip. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? They scared to death. I said they scared to death. They scared to look. They just some halfway crooks. Oh, we gonna talk about it. I got a couple things I want to let y'all know. Boxing's just getting fun again, and I can't wait. But I will demonstrate and educate. Make the haters wait. Yeah. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? City, state, zip. Where you at? Where you from? Where y'all at? Where y'all from? I said city, state, zip. Where you at? Where you from? Shout out to Fairfield 707. The flat, say it backwards. That's still 707. You dig? Sonora, Mexico. And we the next to blow. I said shout out to Sonora, Mexico. We the next to blow. Hetero in boxing. Let's get it. We the new gang gang. Digital mom. MOB. Money on top of boxing, baby. City, state, zip. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? I say city, state, zip. Where you at? Where you from? Told you, boxing, we in a good spot again, man. New media, we just do what we want. You know, run around this game. Shout out to Clarissa Shields. She bringing women's boxing back. New media, we bringing boxing back. Oh my gosh. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? City, state, zip. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? I'm just queuing up some things in the background. Don't mind me. Y'all could talk amongst yourselves. Sanford, Florida. PA back in the building. Bradford, England. Let's get it. Shields about to go to war. Cali, LA shit. Rest in peace to Nip. Neighborhood Nip. We gon' keep it rocking. The marathon continues. 909 Redlands, baby. That's how we do it. City, state, zip. Where you at? Where you from? All right, we working. Now, thank you guys for coming back. I know I just did a live stream, but I can't stay away. Boxing's just lit right now, and I got a lot to say. We're going to be spending a lot of quality time together. See you later, sweetie, honey, sugar. And I know YouTube did. Listen, I don't give a fuck about what crowd we have as long as the message is getting out. I know YouTube ain't, they going through whatever they're going through, but in addition, because I had that mask on, they thought I was going to rob somebody. You know what I'm saying? So now they're not sending notification because I got a fucking mask on in the thumbnail. But it's okay. It don't matter because I don't care how many people is listening as long as they hear us. Let's get it. Now, first order of business, since we did the roll call. There's a fight tonight. UFC, Poirier, Max Holloway. Let's get it. If you plan on getting the pay-per-view, if you're a fan of UFC, I am affiliate. I am William Shakespeare in the flesh. I am Walt Disney, Google, Houseway. Right? I am an affiliate. It helps the channel. Everybody check the link there in the description of all my videos. Check the comment section right now. It'll look just like that. You have a 7-day free trial. Obviously, this is a UFC ESPN pay-per-view, right? So it's a pay-per-view. You have to pay for it. But like for fights like Tyson Fury and Tom Schwartz and stuff like that, you could do the 7-day trial. But for the UFC fight, you will have to order that. I'm an affiliate. It helps the channel. If you guys are ordering the pay-per-view, use my link if you don't mind. Should be a good fight. I like Max Holloway. Shout out to Hawaii and Poirier. He's like, you know, he worked hard to get a title shot. So let's get it. And Dana White already talked about Holloway in bigger fights beyond this. You know, so I can't wait. I'm going to check it out. There's a lot of stuff going on right now in boxing and in the UFC. Hold on one second, y'all. So, UFC 236, Holloway versus Poirier. I'm looking for the Gastelum fight too. That's a good fight because he had a great knockout in his last fight. So they have, for the pay-per-view, they have an annual bundle that you can buy. It's $79.99, normally $109.99 for the UFC 236 and 1 year of ESPN Plus. So you're getting the pay-per-view and ESPN Plus. The annual bundle, again, is $79.99, normally $109.99. You get UFC 236, plus you will get ESPN Plus up front for a year. If you do the pay-per-view, like a one-off purchase, they're saying it's $59.99. So basically, for $20 more, you can get ESPN Plus for the rest of the year, or for 12 months. So that's not bad. So if you're just ordering the pay-per-view, UFC 236, Max Holloway, Poirier, $59.99. Link in the description. If you get they have a promotion. This, I don't know how often. I just, you know, Disney sends me out the emails. So I don't know how often they're going to do this. They're obviously trying to encourage people to do it. If you do the pay-per-view and the ESPN annual bundle, which is normally $109.99, right now you can get it for $20 more than just the pay-per-view is. So for $79.99. So something to consider. Use my link. Clarissa Shields is winning for sure. Yeah, I gotta rock with the American champion, the queen, Clarissa Shields. ESPN Plus got so much easier to connect on smart TVs, thank God. Yeah. And, you know, ESPN's a big company, so I'm pretty sure it's going to just keep growing. They are going to bundle ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus as one tier in the future. Yeah, Disney owns ESPN, so they might come up with something like... Hey, I looked at the Disney Plus app coming out. I think it comes out in November. They have some pretty cool stuff. They're doing a Loki movie from Thor. So that's dope. So that's one thing. Again, ESPN Plus, link in the description. I just put it here. I'll be covering all the fights today. You know, letting you know what I think. Next order of business. Support Clarissa Shields versus Christina Hammer. Two undefeated women trying to bring the spotlight and help grow the women's division in boxing. Women aren't getting equal pay, stuff like that. Support that. That's a great fight on Showtime. It's for belts, for recognition, for clout, for everything. So y'all gotta support that. She supported and, you know, stood up for us in the America in the Olympics twice. So I'm looking forward to that. Joey Spencer, Peter Quillen are on the same card. It's just a lot. There's a lot of fighting tonight. You know, so that's why I wanted to get on here and say a couple of things. Now, the other order of business. Listen, I know people are listening, but y'all got to leave a comment, bro. Guys and girls, if you're in the stream, y'all got to show some signs of life. I know when people are listening, we're not talking about anything controversial or whatever, but we will, you know, because I got some more stuff I want to say about the Lomachenko. I want you guys to hear some. So y'all got to drop a comment. I got to make sure that I'm not just speaking and you guys can hear me. Okay, Robert Singleton, thank you. My bad. See, a lot of people, they do that. They be in their workout and they just listen, you know. I told you I got the golden voice. They just listen and be working out and stuff. People driving and different things like that. But, you know, occasionally, you know, just say something so I know I'm not talking to emptiness. You know, I got to make sure that it's going down. But the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is I got a new segment on the channel. We got a new segment. I told you we always trying to give the fans what they want. Make sure you guys check it out. I already did the first video a couple hours ago. Tony P said, you helped me sober up during the last vampire stream. See, that's what I'm here for. Y'all got to be safe out there. Listen.
Hey. Yo, listen, check out the new series. Check out the new series, Boxingego Unpacked. Basically, just like the name suggests, I'm unpacking, you know, certain hot trending topics. And I'm really going to go in detail, try to give you guys some analytical things to think about. And
we unpack.
Insight, my 2 cents, Boxingego Unpacked. Let's get it. We unpack.
Well, look at that boy Wilder, Canelo, Floyd, Earl, Sean Porter, Broner. Oh my gosh. We unpack. Look at that man, Joey Spencer. Oh my God. Look at that hand. Look at SOG. Okay. Coming to you live, Boxingego. Listen. So I did one on Spence versus Terrence Crawford. Spence, he was on live. You know, just go watch the video. But Boxingego Unpacked, what that is I'm going to, with the Boxingego Unpacked, I'm going to give my 2 cents like always. But I'm going to try to give you guys just good analytical things and hot trending topics. I want to really break them down and unpack it together. You know, because there's a lot going on in boxing. A lot of people saying what. You guys can listen to whoever the fuck you want. You know, I say what I say on my channel. I'm new media. You know, we the new drip, this a new wave, get with it or get lost. But on Unpacked, I'm really going to dive in and I really want to dissect certain things. And we bringing boxing talk back to just, you know, to just that. Like all this, you know, people be trolling and stuff. We're not here for that. We unpacked. I'm just going to unpack it. Amazon Prime. I'm just going to get the box cutter, open that up, and I'm just going to unpack it. We're going to talk about it. We don't duck or dodge no topics. We talk about what's hot in boxing, and I'm just going to unpack that motherfucker. You know, we're going to take the bubble wrap and all the wrapping out. We're going to unpack it and talk to it. It's one big click, you know, Ego's Army. Let's get it, gang, gang. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego Unpacked. Shout out to Ray Wallace. He said he already checked the video. Yeah, make sure you guys check it. We, like I said, we the new wave. We not new like I'm a new channel, but it is what it is. It's our time to shine. Let's get it. Look at DAZN advertising on my shit. That's what I like to see. Yeah, shout out to DAZN. You know, advertising on the boy, on the DAZN trying to be unpacked like your boy Ego. So I got some other announcements coming, but I'm not really fully ready to engage. Box Fan Expo's coming up May 4th. Purchase your tickets through me. Also, link is in the description. Helps the channel. I'm an affiliate with them as well. We just working. You know, we branding ourselves. We talking about the fight. You know, we just gonna dissect this game. New media shit. You know, I know what the people want, so I'm just here to deliver. Now, let me unpack this real quick. I've been talking about this. Obviously, Lomachenko fought yesterday. There's a lot of different narratives about Lomachenko. Is he pound for pound, whatever? Listen, I've already said my point on this. Listen to Andre Ward, who, you know, maybe it's a Bay Area thing. I'm from the Bay. He's from the Bay. And he had a lot of good comments. Listen to Bradley. Listen to Andre Ward. And then I'm going to unpack it. We're talking about, is Lomachenko pound for pound? Listen to what it is.
Look at his legs.
Listen.
Arguably, it's an argument. We're trying to figure out who's the best fighter in the world. If you're in that conversation, you can't get that concession if one fight you don't look good and then one fight you do get a knockout. It's like, well, now he's back. And Loma doesn't need that. If you're a great fighter, you gotta stand or fall with your performance.
I think he's been remarkably. I think he's been
remarkably consistent.
They're saying he doesn't have the frame for it. You look at his legs are small.
Look at Bradley.
Whereas Terrence Crawford has the frame to go up in the side. I'm telling you, he don't have the frame. He doesn't have
And Andre Ward said, we going to do that, Tim?
Crawford has the frame to go up in the side. I'm telling you, he don't have the frame. He doesn't have the frame.
If you don't want to be at 135, go to 130. But he just showed us he can deal with anybody at 135. So let's let him compete at 135, try to make his reign and unify the belts, and let it be
Guys,
what it is.
no one's saying-
Oh, my God. We unpacked. So,
It's not brilliant.
Arguably, it's an argument.
Andre Ward, in my opinion, is absolutely right. ESPN, minus what Andre Ward just said, you know, the basic panel, there's this thing with Lomachenko where they're in love with Lomachenko, and they're not even giving him the credit as to what they say he is with the statements they make. We're talking about, oh my gosh, we unpack, coming to you live, Boxing Ego Unpacked. This is what they do. This is that old media shit. This is the narrative they do. They say Lomachenko is better than Muhammad Ali. They say Lomachenko is #1 pound for pound, but then they don't want him to fight Pacquiao, don't want him to fight Teofimo. One guy's too old and you don't want him on the resume. The other guy's too young, so he needs to get a belt and he ain't done nothing, even though Lomachenko got, in his second pro fight, he got a title fight with the WBO against Orlando Salido that he lost, that he never avenged. Lomachenko don't have to avenge his losses in a reasonable amount of time. No immediate rematch. Doesn't have to fight a young stud like Teofimo Lopez because he's too green. You know, he doesn't have a belt, even though he's chasing you for a belt. He doesn't have to fight Pacquiao because he's too high at 140, even though Lomachenko, out his own mouth, said his goal, his end game, was to fight Terrence Crawford after a few fights. Now all of a sudden that just disappeared. Nobody's talking about that. They're bringing up fighters that have nothing to do with Top Rank, like Gervonta Tank Davis, who has his own fight in July in Baltimore. They're bringing up Mikey Garcia, who just came off of a very bad loss. We don't even know, is in limbo, if he's going to even fight at lightweight because he just traveled up all the way to 147, right? So Andre Ward is absolutely correct. You got to make a decision. Tim Bradley is making excuses. Now, Bradley's a good fighter. I like him as a fighter. Not a fan of the commentary. Not a fan of his commentary because it's like, this is that company man stuff that you trying to sell, and it doesn't make sense. What Ward is saying makes sense. What I'm saying, to me, makes sense. You know, Tim Bradley is saying, oh, look at his legs. Who cares about it? Look at Wilder's legs. And look at what old media does to prop certain guys up that they want, right, is what they do is they put all these accolades and titles on certain fighters, but then when those fighters that they want to prop up have to live and die by the sword, you know, they have to live up to those expectations, they make excuses. This is what we're seeing. Bradley's talking about you know, Lomachenko's pound for pound, but then now he's saying he doesn't have the frame to move up. Look at his legs. Okay, look at Deontay Wilder's legs. He has small legs, which you consider small legs, and he's fighting guys like Tyson Fury and nearly knocking them into a coma, into comatose. He's fighting guys who are 40, 50 pounds bigger than him, you know, literally 20, 30, 40, right? Right? And he's stretching them. Guys who are strong, better boxers than him, he's stretching them. And no one's even saying Wilder is pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you need to put him #1 pound for pound. But what I'm saying is, you know, what is Bradley talking about? Look at Loma's legs. He don't have the frame to move up. Pacquiao is just as small as so he has big ass legs. We all know Pacquiao got them big ass calves, but he's just as short, if not shorter, than Lomachenko. He ain't no big dude like that. But how he go fight Margarito? How he fight at 147? Ongoing. More excuses. So I agree. Lomachenko's a good fighter, but why are you making all these concessions for him? That's why Andre Ward said to Tim Bradley, is that what we're gonna do? Look at his frame. Ward is not the biggest light heavyweight. You look at Joe Smith Jr., he bigger than Ward. Been next to both. You know? You look at Anthony Yard and Sullivan Barrera, they're probably bigger than Ward. I know Sullivan Barrera is for sure, especially when Ward moved up and fought him, because I was at the media day and I was next to both of them, and I'm bigger than both of them, right? Oh my, Kenny Linder killing you. This is why new media keeps winning. Kenny Linder said they said Triple G was a small middleweight. That's what I'm saying. This is excuses. I don't care what Tim Bradley or anybody's talking about. That's an excuse. Sergio Martinez, if we're being real, he wasn't that big at 160, but he beat a big-ass puncher in Kelly Pavlik embarrassingly, right? He beat big-ass Julio Cesar Chavez, who ballooned up to God knows what weight and has a granite chin. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has a granite chin and weighed probably over 190 pounds. He looked mad bigger than Sergio Martinez. Martinez dominated for 11 rounds. Shout out to Cursor. He said, hey, Ego, that new series Unpacked is hard as fuck. That intro lit. Appreciate you. We Unpacked coming to you live. Boxingego Unpacked. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he knocked out Paul Williams. That's what I'm saying. Brutally. But now the excuse is Lomachenko doesn't have the frame to keep moving up and all that. Then why are we comparing them with Pacquiao and Mayweather's of the world and Roberto Duran's who moved up? Roberto Duran, how he moved from 35 to fight and beat Sugar Ray Leonard in the first fight. You know what I'm saying? We talking about guys that later competed at middleweight and shit. But Lomachenko, listen, this is what we talking about. Now we getting somewhere. You're saying they're literally saying Lomachenko. This is no hate. You guys can misconstrue it for whatever. I don't care. They're saying Lomachenko is better than every fighter in history, and he's doing something we've never seen, but he won't do things, or he's being excused for not doing things that we have seen. Roy Jones started off at like 54, moved to fucking heavyweight. He's not no heavyweight size-wise. He packed on some muscle, but he was a small heavyweight. Height and everything. So how you gonna tell me that Lomachenko has all these limitations? Can't fight Teofimo, he's too young. Can't rematch Salido, he wants too much money, and now it doesn't make sense. Can't fight Pacquiao, he too old. You know, Mikey Garcia and Tank fights aren't happening for whatever reason. Who cares? He can't move up to 140 or 147 to fight Crawford. You know, even though he called out Crawford. You know. What are we talking about? How can you say he's better than Muhammad Ali? How can you say he's done something no one would see? How can you say he's #1 pound for pound? And this is the case. There's always these stipulations and limitations. Shout out to Cool J. He said James Toney moved to heavyweight. Big facts. And fought like Jones at middleweight. You know? So, once again, none of this shit makes sense. Old media can try. They could try to their faces. What Andre Ward is saying is absolutely true. Andre Ward went up, fought a big puncher. Sullivan Barrera was undefeated, and his knockout percentage was like 80 to 85%. Right? Beat him. First fight there. Then he fought a tune-up with Alexander Brand. Then he beat Kovalev twice. Second one by stoppage. That was the best guy at light heavyweight. The better Bievs and Bivol and Dimitri, everything, and you know all these other motherfuckers, Vodstick. None of them were really around and hadn't had their big opportunities and or belts or big fights. It was Adonis Stevenson and Kovalev. And some people even, you know, I'm not going to speak the ill on Adonis because he's going through it right now. But some people's perception was Adonis Stevenson hadn't been fighting the better competition. Meanwhile, Kovalev was slaughtering people in their backyards, going to Nathan Cleverly's backyard, stopping him, going to New Jersey to nearly stop Bernard Hopkins, badly hurt him in the first and 12th round. And B-Hop is from Philly, New Jersey, Philly, much closer than New Jersey to Russia. You know, Jean Pascal backyard, destroying him. Right? So, once again, it's not adding up. It's not adding up. And then what Andre Ward said also makes a whole lot of sense. He just said, Lomachenko, you can't have like iffy performance. You can't have like hit or miss performances. Then we're not talking about pound for pound. Versus Anthony Corolla, he did his thing. But his first two fights before that, he didn't do his thing. So peep this. Peep the setup. I'm destroying old media. That's why what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. I'm destroying them. I'm destroying their arguments. I'm destroying them in the game. I'm destroying their credibility. Because it makes no sense. So let's peep. Lomachenko moved up, fought Jorge Linares, a champion, good fight. Got knocked down, competitive. He got the stoppage. Boom. It was definitely competitive. Then he unified, you know, being like arrogant or whatever, confident. He fought Jose Pedraza, who was new to 140, but had just beaten Ray Beltran, his biggest win at 140, to become a champion. Tougher fight. He did good in the 11th round, but he didn't look as great. So his two first fights were against champions, and then they were hard fights. Then he was going to unify, allegedly, with Richard Comey, who was injured. So that didn't happen. Then he fought 100-1 underdog in Anthony Corolla, who had 6 losses coming into the fight, had been stopped by Derry Matthews, had lost twice to Jorge Linares, who Lomachenko already beat, right? And now, because that performance was good, we're still talking about the pound for pound. So basically, you fought the weakest. You fought out of those 3. You fought the first guy you fought that was a non-champion. That's the best you look. That's the end all. That's the end of the conversation. So the guy who was a non-champion, you look the best against. Block the dude that says suck dick in Russian. Damn, Kennedy Linder is bilingual. He blocked him. He blocked him. You could say suck dick in Russian. We got Google Translate. I found out what that meant. I don't know how Kennedy Linder knew what it meant. Yeah, put that shit in English so we could block you off rip. I just went to Google. It said suck dick. All right, we got you. My man Kennedy Linder hit you off with something. Yeah, I don't care what you talking about. Once again, Kennedy Linder bilingual. My shooter's bilingual. They bilingual. Once again, y'all motherfuckers get mad, kick and scream and suck dick and say all this extra shit. You not proving me wrong. That's the pull up we looking for. That's the pull up we looking for. You can call me whatever, say whatever, prove it wrong. That's all fans want. Fans want a good challenge. They want me proven wrong in the debate. They don't care about that. They like, okay, we hear what Ego's saying. What's their counter argument? You talking about suck dick. What's that got to do with it? We talking about Lomachenko. You talking about dicks and shit. What? I must be the greatest. I shook up the world. I must be the greatest. They can't even look it. They can't even. First of all, he didn't even have the courage to say it in English. You're on an English channel, and you know I don't speak Russian, right? And you didn't even have the courage to say it in English. You know what I'm saying? So you're probably bilingual, you know, because unless you just came here and have no idea what I'm saying, but still want to say suck dick because I'm not saying something you like, you know, so he's probably bilingual. Didn't have the courage to say it in English, even though he probably speaks it, right? And then besides all of that, you didn't answer the question. They're going to say Corolla was the mandatory. That's what they're going to say. Oh my God, I'm destroying all these arguments. Notice how they're not combating my argument. They just going after me. I'm cool. I'm ready. I'm built for it tough. I'm ready for that. As long as you don't see no rebuttals that's taking my head off, I'm not worried about it. Now, the moment somebody came in with counter arguments that were destroying mine, right now, no name calling all this bullshit, then I'll be like, all right, cool. You know, damn, you got me. But you guys see that's not the case. Anyway, the bottom line is that defeats the whole. What Andre Ward is saying is 100% true, and is coming from a former #1 pound for pound. The only reason he's not pound for pound right now is because he retired. But you can't have spotty performances in basically 2 fights, then fight 100-1 underdog, and then now you back all of a sudden. Stop it. What you mean no iced coffee? We working. And now all of a sudden you back. So basically the guy with the worst odds to beat you you look the best against, and now all of a sudden you back. That's not how it works. The first non-champion you fought that was a heavy underdog, then you look good. See, this is the thing. No matter who Deontay Wilder is fighting, he's hurting them. Every single person he's fought, no matter how good, how technical they were, southpaw, orthodox, you know, no matter what their sexuality was, no matter what their height is, he has hurt them, factually. Lomachenko's last 3 performances haven't been what you would call super consistent. That's the difference. So if we're talking about pound for pound, how is it that you look the best only against the guy who was the biggest underdog in your last 3 opponents in this weight category? Okay. Errol Spence, the way he's been looking, it doesn't matter if you're Lamont Peterson, you know, a veteran who had been stopped by Matisse but had a good resume, beat Khan, you know, drew with Victor Ortiz. It doesn't matter if you're Kell Brook. It doesn't matter if you're Mikey Garcia. The fight, it don't matter if you're Ocampo. These different styles, he's been looking consistently the same. He's been getting off. Yeah, I'm not saying some fights won't be tougher than other fights, because Kell Brook was clearly tougher of a fight than Ocampo. But the end result is pretty much the same. Most of those guys have been getting stopped. Mikey Garcia didn't get stopped, but he sure took a beating. You know what I'm saying? And that's an elite level guy. That's why those things are more. Usyk has been consistent. Yeah, the Bellew fight, you know, there's some difficult rounds maybe up front, and then he knocked out Bellew. You know, he didn't knock out Gassiev, but he dominated. Those are consistent performances. Crawford, yeah, the Benavidez was maybe, you know, he had to figure some out, get through Benavidez's reach and height, and then he stopped him in the 12th round. Jeff Horn, a completely different style, he stopped him, you know, first fight at welterweight. Before that, he ran through everybody at 140 to become undisputed. What are we talking about? There is no argument. There's no argument y'all making that is beating new media with this whole thing. Oh my gosh. Even Jared Hurd, whoever said Jared Hurd, he's been consistent with his performances. Whether he's fighting Austin Trout, Edeslandi Lara, we'll see what he does versus J-Rock, Jason Wellborn, Oscar Molina, his performances have looked consistent. Tony Harrison, he's been consistent. Look, I gotta take my allergy shit. Hold on. He's been consistent. Lomachenko ain't. And they still talking about pound for pound shit. And then they talking about Lomachenko possibly going back down. The only reason they ain't talking about him going back down to 130 right now is because he looked good versus Corolla. But if you put him in with someone better, even if he won, if it looked like his first 2 fights at lightweight, then they probably talk about, oh, this ain't his true weight, right? But the reason is, that's why the matchmakers were content. They're like, okay, we'll sell this as a mandatory. This is how boxing works. You guys like to play dumb. I'm not dumb. Please don't insult my intelligence. You know, if they can pacify a fight because a guy is a mandatory, if they can pacify a fight because a guy is ranked in 1 or 2 sanctioning bodies, like Tyson Fury versus some random name nobody knows, but he happens to be ranked some kind of way. You know, that's the justification for the fight. We see it. We see these games. You know what I'm saying? So don't even come with that, bro. Like, who did Anthony Corolla even beat? Like, even Dominic Brazil. I remember when it was ordered by the WBC. There was Dominic Brazil was supposed to fight Bermain Stavern. And then Wilder was going to fight on the main event against Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz. Hold on. Sorry. Wilder is supposed to fight Luis Ortiz. On the co-feature, it was supposed to be Dominic Brazil versus Bermain Stavern. Luis Ortiz failed a drug test. Fight got pulled. Bermain Stavern got elevated. Instead of paying step-aside money, I went to that fight. He got elevated to the main event with Wilder. So that left Dominic Brazil without an opponent. So they said, hey, you got to fight the next guy in line, which is Eric Molina. and he did it, and he knocked him out. And then he fought a couple other tough guys, and like, you know, Carlos Negron and just different shit like that. So as a result, he fought for his position to become a mandatory. I don't even know who Anthony Corolla even fought to be this mandatory. So different sanctioning bodies work differently and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how certain, like, how did Tom Schwartz get ranked, but there's probably a more credible heavyweight that might not be ranked in that sanctioned body. So stop playing. Stop playing. You're not going to fool new media like that. You're not going to fool new media like that. Yes, he fought a mandatory, but, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if these companies, I know for a fact these companies are probably like, have good worker relationships, and, you know, people probably pay to have certain guys ranked higher or looked at and all this type of shit. So yeah, a mandatory, that was his mandatory. But again, Lomachenko looked best against the 100-1 underdog. It's just like, see, this is what old media tries to pull the wool over your eyes. Triple G is a good fighter. Yes, he's a silver medalist. Yes, he has a hell of a chin. Yes, but there's a reason why he looked the way he looked versus Vanes Martirosyan and destroyed him in 2 rounds versus fighting against Canelo. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this shit out. Vanes Martirosyan was coming off a loss to Erislandy Lara. He was coming from 154. He had been on the show for 2+ years. He had switched from Al Heyman as his advisor to Don King. He hadn't had no fights. He came back with gray hair, you know, probably stressed out, you know, because he wasn't, that's his livelihood, wasn't fighting, right? So Triple G versus Vanes looked a certain way. You know, Vanes got like 1 good shot off in the first round, and then Triple G came out maliciously and destroyed him. Shout out to Compton, CPT shit. You know, maliciously, and destroyed him in the second round. Why didn't he do that to Canelo? Oh, that's right, because Canelo is a better fucking fighter with more momentum. You know, even if you think they're equivalent fighters for whatever reason, Canelo at least had momentum. He's been active. That's why. It's no surprise that, yes, Lomachenko looks sharp, but that was the first guy he fights that's a 100-1 underdog and a non-champion. Yeah, he handled business. You know, that's cool. That's a win. You got to win in the win column. Cool. No hate, no party, no foul, you know. But there's a reason why look who he fought. You know what I'm saying? It just goes what I was saying. And old media try to play games. You know? Just like Ward beating Alexander Brand, we knew he's capable. Like, what has Brand really got for him? Unless he made careless mistakes. But beating Kovalev, beating Chad Dawson, beating Carl Fry, okay, now these wins you got to really rate. Common sense. Common sense. You know, and people keep... When Lomachenko had his last 2 fights before this, they're like, oh, he's not really a 135-pounder. He should go back to 130, and he's really a featherweight. These are excuses. All excuses. Corolla wasn't even throwing punches. That's not how a standard fight is going to look. Okay, here's an example. I'm destroying him. Errol Spence hadn't proven if he's championship level. Not saying he wasn't, because I picked him to beat Kell Brook. But he was the mandatory. So we can easily see that he was a hungry mandatory. He had been getting the praise from Floyd and Freddie Roach and Broner. And I told you he was going to beat Kell Brook. But we see him when Kell Brook fought Errol Spence. Kell Brook was saying he was Jeff Lacey and all this bullshit. And I was telling you, he's saying that because he don't want to fight him. That's what I told you guys. Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm just allergic to old media bullshit. But bottom line is this. That was a dangerous mandatory for Kell Brook. And guess what happened when they fought? He made Kell Brook take a knee like Colin Kaepernick. Because we knew going in that Kell Brook calling him Jeff Lazy and saying, why do Americans rate him? He ain't proven nothing, blah, blah, blah. We knew Errol was a dangerous mandatory. That was Kell Brook's mandatory. So we know what the fuck a dangerous mandatory looks like. Jermall Charlo being Golovkin's mandatory. Yeah, that's a dangerous fight. Or Canelo's mandatory. That's a dangerous fight. We know this. We know, there's a difference between Errol Spence being Kell Brooks mandatory, Jermall Charlo being Canelo or Triple G mandatory, or opponent he's ordered to fight in an eliminator. We know the value of those fights. Anthony Corolla, yes, he was a mandatory, but he also didn't have no crazy momentum. He also had 6 losses. So if you guys want to play these monkey ass games and act like you don't know that, like you can't see that, and act like Anthony Corolla was the end all be all, then you're wasting people's time, because we knew what it was. Like I said, I don't even know how the rankings work. I don't even know how he was picked. I don't know how he get the people are ranked. I really don't. This is his record. 34-7-3. He has a third. Look at this. He has a 30. Look. Exhibit A. Look, he laughing. He has a 30% knockout ratio. He has 44 fights and 30% knockout. Mayweather, y'all call him pillow fisted. I guarantee you Floyd has more fights than that, because Floyd got like 50. I guarantee you Floyd got more than 30% knockout ratio. I promise you that. Right? So in 44 fights, he has a 30%. And this is off the top of my head. I didn't do no back research. So stop playing with me, man. So before Lomachenko, this is who he fought. Dowd Jordan, 38-3. Edison Ramirez, 18-2. Ricky Burns, who been lost to several people, 41-6-1, and he lost twice to Jorge Linares. So this is who he beat right up in here. 3 fights between 2017 and 18. These names to become mandatory. And just to add insult to injury, let me pull up Mayweather. So Mayweather gets called pillow fisted, moved up 5 weight classes, has more fights, and look, a higher knockout percentage, as I told you. So you guys call Mayweather. This is how I know y'all don't know shit. Mayweather got 50 fights, and he has half of them have been by knockout. And the reason some of them weren't knockouts is because he started fighting bigger guys. But he hurt Cotto. He was definitely hurting Robert Guerrero. Canelo did nothing with him. So there's still like some incredible. Shane Mosley was doing nothing after the second round. So these are the realities, people. So again, yes, he knocked out a mandatory. That's good. He looks sharp. But you guys are trying to purposely make it look like the mandatory he knocked out was this crazy guy that would have demolished anyone else outside of Lomachenko. That's not the case. Because like I said before, and I'm going to keep saying, if Teofimo right now with fewer fights than Lomachenko, how many fights does Teo have? I would pick Teofimo to knock Anthony Corolla out before Lomachenko. Like, replace Lomachenko's name with Teofimo. I would have picked Teofimo to knock out Corolla. Same thing. And he don't even have Lomachenko's experience. Okay, Teofimo has 13 fights. Exactly. So I would have picked the same thing. But they didn't make the fight, so we didn't get to see it. I would have picked Teofimo to knock out Jorge Linares too, even though Linares has more pro experience than him, because he don't like that pressure. So, all this stuff could be reversed. Like Mikey Garcia. Name one person. Let's say Mikey didn't fight Errol Spence. We'll just look at his lightweight career. Name one person who would have picked Corolla, seriously picked and had an intelligent breakdown to pick Corolla at lightweight against Mikey. But that just wasn't the fight that was made, so we never got to see it. But name one person that would have honestly, not like somebody from the UK who's just being loyal to a T or some shit. Name someone that honestly, in their heart of all hearts, thinks Mikey Garcia at lightweight would have lost to Anthony Corolla. So stop it. Stop it. You guys make yourself look horrible. Because you don't believe that. You don't think. Mikey just beat Robert Easter. Robert Easter's better than Corolla for sure. For sure. For sure. Robert Easter, and see, this is the games that old media plays. If Robert Easter, when he was a champion, if his mandatory was Anthony Corolla, they would talk shit about him. Oh yeah, Robert Easter, why is he fighting this guy? Robert Easter took some pretty tough fights. Argenis Mendez, right? He took Javier Fortuna. He took Denis Shafikov, who knocked out my dude Jamel Herring. He fought Mikey. Robert Easter took tough fights. You know? Win, lose, or draw, he took tough fights. Tell me, and that's the worst part about, oh yeah, Richard Comey, who still might fight Lomachenko. And he fought, and Robert Easter fought the undefeated Comey. And his knockout percentage, based on how many fights he had, was like 91, 92%. You can't fuck with me. I'm the boxing encyclopedia. I remember all this stuff. But see, that's the thing. The Black Channel, Robert Easter don't get credit for it. They're not giving him credit because he's black and he's tied to Adrian Broner. So you just don't want to like him. But Robert Easter has definitely done more in his career, you know, on the upside than Anthony Corolla. But like I said, if Robert Easter, when he was the IBF champion, would have fought Anthony Corolla, you wouldn't see this. You know, you motherfuckers try to act like race has nothing to do with it. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You know you're lying. You didn't give Robert Easter credit for beating Denis Shafikov. You said it was a robbery, or Javier Fortuna. Stop it. Block Lomachenko. I told you, anytime you see him come, I don't know how he keeps coming back, but block him every time. He keeps coming with the same goofy ass picture and the same name. If you see Loma Checkers, block him. I blocked him. Other people have blocked him. He's been blocked like 18 times. Get him out of my chat. Thank you. We laying down law. We laying down law. So bottom line, to wrap this up, Andre Ward is 100% on. He's on the money with that. People the bottom line is that he's saying, and he works with ESPN, so he's saying it in a nice way. I don't work for ESPN, so I'm going to just tell you how it is. The bottom line is Loma's a good fighter. I keep saying that, but they keep building him and saying he's this and this and this. But when it comes time to see it, it always falls short in terms of us seeing the things that could really help us place Lomachenko. If he derailed Teofimo, I would liken that to when Mayweather beat Canelo. You got this young, undefeated, hot shot stud who can box, who can bang, mix it up, seems pretty smart, definitely has power, has boxing prowess and ability. So that would be kind of like what Mayweather did. The difference being Mayweather did this to Canelo at 37, almost 40 years of age, and outwitted, outskilled, and like humiliated Canelo. Why won't Lomachenko at a younger age with more? Floyd don't got 2 gold medals. He don't even have 1 gold medal because he was robbed. You're saying that Lomachenko is better than Floyd. So why can't he? You're saying Lomachenko is better than anyone that we've seen in boxing. Why can't we see these things? That's what I want to know. You guys are making it worse for yourselves. The higher you place people without them having to show it, the worse it's going to be, because it's not going to make sense. That's the point. And I'm still waiting for the smoke to someone to beat me in this debate. Floyd dismantled champions and Hall of Famers. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Floyd was #1 pound for pound. He had to earn it. He had to show you through beating Hall of Famers like Cotto and Shane Mosley relatively easy beyond the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, right? He had to show you by beating at 37 years of age Canelo. So when can we get to the part where Lomachenko has formidable stylistic challenges that a guy you give a chance in hell to beat him, and we get to see that?
That's what I want to know. When can we see it? I don't like me. I'm not interested in Luke Campbell. He lost to Jorge Linares. He's cool, but he ain't since he been fighting. Since he lost to Jorge Linares, who's Luke Campbell really fought? Somebody tell me. I don't even remember. Who has Luke Campbell fought since Jorge Linares? He acquitted himself pretty good in that fight. He's a gold medalist, but who has he really fought? Who's he really fought since that point? Like, if Luke Campbell fought Devin Haney and beat him or some shit, then I'll be like, okay. Or if he was the one to have beaten Pedraza, or just somebody. Who has he fought? Who's he fought since the Linares fight? Canelo lost to Mayweather. His next fight was Angulo, a ranked 54-pounder with power. Then after that, he fought Espn de Lara. So since Luke Campbell lost to Jorge Linares, who has he fought that's at world level? Angulo, Espn de Lara, those guys were at world level. That's who Canelo fought immediately after the Mayweather loss. See, this is the thing. Everybody, they grit their teeth. They get pissed. They want to deny what I'm saying, but they can't answer none of these questions that I'm asking. Prophet sees it too. He's the prophet. He says Loma actually had the nerve to say Luke Campbell is a better fight than Mikey Garcia and Teofimo. He is just fueling the narrative they believe. That's because behind the scenes, they probably have a big inkling or talk to the WBC, because Mikey already met with the WBC, if I'm not mistaken. So it's probably a well-known thing that Mikey is, if behind the scenes, it's probably announced that Mikey Garcia is relinquishing the WBC belt. So they're probably going to make Luke Campbell, and it's already a signed, sealed, and delivered kind of behind the scenes thing, or something that's, they have the legs, they have the skeleton, they have the foundation of the deal kind of mapped out. So that's why he's ranking Luke Campbell, to make it look like Luke Campbell is the most difficult fight. They'll mark this date. They probably have a plan to fight Luke Campbell next, or Richard Comey. Luke Campbell in the UK, or Richard Comey. And that's how they're gonna build it. Loma's chasing belts. But listen, it's funny how people want to unify and want to be undisputed, but then all of a sudden, like Triple G, same thing. He said he wants all the belts. Now all of a sudden he don't care about belts. Damn, he said Loma got 13 fights. Don't nobody need more of anything to fight him. That's funny. Yeah, him and Teofimo probably got the same amount of fights. And Teofimo's trying to up his resume catalog. So that's the reality of it. I agree with Andre Ward. Tim Bradley, he was kind of making excuses. He's talking about Loma doesn't have the frame to move up. Then why did Lomachenko do an interview a couple years ago talking about fighting Terrence Crawford? Now we're making the excuse for him. See, this is disgusting. This is disgusting behavior from old media. Once again, Loma out his own mouth said his end game was to move up to the point where he could face Terrence Crawford. Now people, because they see as he's moved up, the fights got tougher, and they see the limitations are there, and that he's not, he's not going to be able to do what Pacquiao did and move up like 8 weight classes. Now that's kind of understood, like, hey, you might be topped out at 135. Your style, your level of power, your age, etc., you're probably topped out here. Now all of a sudden you don't hear him calling out Crawford. He called out Crawford. Now we don't even have to talk about it anymore. It's just pretty much a conceded thing. Crawford's too big. Now we're making excuses that he's not. He had these aspirations to fight Crawford. Now all of a sudden he's too small. He don't have the frame to keep moving up. But Pacquiao, little ass, got the frame to move up. Pacquiao started off at a lower weight class than Lomachenko. What are we talking about? How did Pacquiao started off at sperm weight? When Pacquiao was when he first started, he was at sperm weight. He was a little tadpole looking thing. Pacquiao started off at sperm weight and moved up. So how can't Loma move up if he's better than any fighter in history? But Pacquiao was fighting way lower than 126 when he first started. So Lomachenko, once again, they keep building him as this like boxing god, like he's done something no one in history has done. But Pacquiao started off at sperm weight and moved all the way up to fight big ass Margarito. They wouldn't even consider, if Margarito was still fighting, do you think that would even be a thought for Lomachenko to fight Antonio Margarito at 152, 153? Hell no. They wouldn't fight him at a catch weight, but they put Pacquiao in there because they knew Pacquiao got power, got pop, could handle himself. Y'all getting destroyed with facts, and it's pretty embarrassing. Smash the like button. Pretty embarrassing. I don't care about fantasy fights, Pacquiao versus Loma at 118. Why I care about that? What about Pacquiao at Loma at 140? Closer to where they're at now. That could get made still. Pacquiao said he wants to smoke. Loma's the one that said he didn't want to fight. Yeah, they wouldn't put Loma in with Paul Williams. Man, Pacquiao started off at sperm weight. What y'all talking about? That motherfucker weighed the same as a safety pin. Pacquiao started off at Altoids weight and shit. He was hella small, bro. But like I said, they're going to market it how they want. They see the limitations. They see this is like, oh, you pretty much topped out. You know, we don't want to keep pressing the issue. Like, imagine, like here, Jose Ramirez, that's a rematch from the amateurs with Lomachenko. So Loma won't go to 140 to fight him at any point? What about Regis Prograis at 140? What about Teofimo if he goes to 140? Lomachenko versus Teofimo at 140. Now they talking about he's a true featherweight and all this stuff. You guys make excuses, and it is sad because, you know, especially black fighters, they can't backtrack. You know, they can't regress. You know, and if they do regress, they can't be considered top guys. Nobody's calling them pound for pound number one. Like, okay, put it this way. That's like Jermall Charlo. He was at 54, said he couldn't make weight, moved up to 160. Let's say his fights start all getting real tough, and then he moved back down to 54. Who would keep Jermall Charlo at number one pound for pound? Nobody. But once again, when you're black, you got to do things 2 times harder and more convincing and all this bullshit. Ain't nobody would have Charlo if Jermall moved from 160 because the fights got tough and he talking about I'm going back to 54. Y'all would call him all types of names and you wouldn't give him the credit because he would be backtracking. Fact. But meanwhile, Rigondeaux, he called for it, moves up 2 weight classes, loses to Lomachenko. You know, you never see these certain fighters that they say are number 1 and 2 and, you know, ESPN, old media. They never do that. When have you ever seen Triple G jump up 2 weight classes? When have you ever seen Lomachenko in one move up 2 weight classes? Mikey tried it. He came up short. Shane Mosley tried it. He came up successful against De La Hoya. Roberto Duran tried it. He won versus Sugar Ray Leonard. But these fighters on old media's like wish list, they never do it. Never have to do it. Rigondeaux tried it, came up short. They're talking about Lomachenko might not even move to 140. Stop it. Yeah, once again, look how they do the black fighter. Isaac Dogbo, he's already in the immediate rematch against the guy that just beat him. Lomachenko, he lost to Salido, and to this day, never had to rematch him. Wilder, there was pressure to fight Tyson Fury. And he was with the smoke. It was Tyson Fury that ran to the top rank side, and they did away with the fight. So nobody, you don't hear anybody complaining because everyone knows what happened. Nobody is giving Wilder shit for not fighting Tyson Fury because we know he wasn't the one. But if Wilder did what Tyson Fury did, you already know how that would be received. You already know. But once again, this secret society, we gonna call it, in boxing is always protected. No matter what they do, no matter, they don't have, if they have a close fight, Triple G versus Jacobs, you don't ever have to rematch them. Even if Canelo's later fighting Jacobs, Triple G's team could say they want to fight the loser. You know, Lomachenko, he don't ever have to fight Salido. Now it doesn't even make sense. You know, Lomachenko don't even have to fight Salido immediately. But Isaac Dogbo got to immediately go in there. Even Sergey Kovalev, I give it to him because he was in a crossroads fight with Eleider Alvarez, and he came back correct. So at least Kovalev, even though he's racist, you know, or he appears to be, right, I give him respect because he at least wants to smoke. When he thought he beat Ward, he immediately rematched him. When he says, damn, Eleider Alvarez knocked me out, knocked me down 3 times, I fucked up. I could do better, though. He wanted to smoke. So I give respect to Kovalev. You know, I actually like Lomachenko personality-wise more than I like Kovalev's personality-wise. But this ain't about, you know, popularity contests. You know, Lomachenko seems like a cool dude. Kovalev seems like, you know, like an a-hole. But I don't care about nothing. When I give you these assessments, I give quality based on what I see. I give you quality assessments. Lomachenko seems like a much more cool guy outside of the ring. But boxing is not about who's a cool guy. I give respect to Kovalev because he immediately wanted smoke. You know? So he, to me, representing Russia right, because even if he lost to Ward in the second fight, he still signed up for the immediate work and was still confident in talking shit to Ward. So he tried it, lost, cool. Then he lost again to Eleider Alvarez. People said, oh, it's over. He got with Buddy McGurk, you know, and he's like, yo, let's try this again. And he dominated Eleider Alvarez. Eleider Alvarez looked like shit in that fight, and he got his belt back. Respects to Kovalev. Shout out to you. You know, I give him credit for that. Lomachenko fought Salido, got mollywopped, and then we never get to see it, you know? Stop it. Lomachenko Russell Jr. rematch would be good because Russell has improved, Lomachenko has improved. But we didn't get to see that. We seen Russell at the time where he hadn't really fought no one. Now that Russell's a champion, beat Jojo Diaz and knocked out Johnny Gonzalez and beat Oscar Escandón, he's not really active. So it's still a better fight to me now. And he said he gonna chase Loma. We don't hear nothing about that. We hear about Tank and all this other stuff. Stop it. Y'all look crazy. Once again, you just leave it as it is. But Mayweather Castillo, Mayweather Maidana, he gotta immediately show you he could beat these guys better. Nobody else do. You know, the secret society don't ever have to. They don't ever have to avenge or show in a controversial fight. They just move on with their career. Dude took your name. I don't understand. So anyway, yeah, you can say mandatories and champions and stuff. Like, Richard Commey's a champion, but he has 2 losses at this point. He has power, but he has 2 losses. Maybe it's a tough fight, but I would rather see Teofimo because the stylistic matchup, and he also has power, and he has a lot of confidence. You know what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia, Tank, these are all better fights, but they're harder to make, Tank and Mikey. Damn, I got fans of my channel getting cloned now. and we won't see it. Loma will be protected forever unless pressured by the media. Like I said, you guys can believe whatever you want. New media, we only getting stronger. So, it's just a matter of time. I'm not really pressed about it. I'm not worried one bit because I know what I'm saying. So, you can listen to me, listen to the people say the opposite. It don't matter because, like, I've done this. I played this game before. We going to see. Like I said, here, just things that make you go, Just answer this. Why on earth is there more emphasis in talking about fights that are harder to make than in-house fights that would be really good as well? Like Teofimo versus Lomachenko, like Crawford versus Pacquiao when Top Rank had both of them. Those are in-house fights right now that could be made, and for whatever reason, they're looking at other people. So Luke Campbell, he's not been built up in America. He had one fight recently of note in America versus Jorge Linares, and he lost it. He didn't do horrible, but he still lost. So you mean to tell me that's a better fight for ESPN in America and Top Rank than Teofimo? Of course not. Teofimo is American. He represents Honduras. He's bilingual. He's clean cut. He got some swag to, his demeanor. He is not afraid to hold back. His dad is a personality, kind of like an Angel Garcia type of personality in the sport of boxing. So you think in your heart of all hearts, if you had $1 million to bet, you honestly believe that Teofimo, with all that stuff I just stated, is a bigger fight for Lomachenko in America where he's been fighting than Luke Campbell or Richard Comey. Stop it. Stop it. And everything doesn't revolve around America, but we got the torch right now. The biggest money fights, the biggest crowds, the biggest paying crowds, I guess you could say, because the UK got a lot of big crowds, but they're not necessarily paying. The live gates ain't doing the same and shit. So that's what I'm saying. Who honestly, Teofimo, you think that fight resonates less with American audiences than Luke Campbell from the UK and Richard Comey from Ghana or wherever he's from? Richard Comey champion, yes. And like I said, you can't even use he wants to be undisputed. Triple G tried that, and now he's not even saying the same thing. This is what happens when the secret society takes a loss. Triple G lost to one time, and his whole demeanor switched up. Before, Triple G was like, guys had belts. It's middleweight history. Carlos Monzon, Bernard Hopkins, them, yeah. It was all this stuff about belts and guys and hey Canelo, hey, give me my belts, respect. It was all this stuff, right? So he take one loss, one career L, and then now all of a sudden he ain't not even talking about belts. His team ain't even talking about belts. But that's the direction since they came out that they were talking about. They said, why would we go up and fight Andre Ward? We want to collect all the belts at 160. So that was an excuse because now you don't even care about belts. So if you don't care about belts a couple years later, what's changed? Why couldn't you not care about belts then and go up and fight Andre Ward, which would have gave you clout? You would have been the clout god if you would have beat Andre Ward. But the point is, Triple G's team knew they couldn't beat Andre Ward, so the fight was never made. It's easy to see this stuff, people. I'm not gonna beat around the bush and all that. It's easy to see this stuff. There's a lack of confidence. That's why you don't see certain. We got to protect our investment, so to speak. Triple G, as soon as he took a loss, the whole script is flipped. Oh, yeah, we're not in it for belts, and we can't become undisputed. Yes, you can. Abel Sanchez literally just did an interview, said it would be too hard to become undisputed now. No, it wouldn't. How is it hard to become undisputed? All you have to do is beat Andrade and then beat Canelo, a guy you said you already beat twice. Or beat Jacobs, a guy you said you beat once. You have all the belts in the division now. Boom. They not fucking with me. I'm Boxing Encyclopedia. Let's get it. Magdaleno wasn't that good. Lopez did some mistakes, fam. Bro, you sound like you. What are you talking about? Magdaleno got knocked out. What mistakes did he make when he got knocked out and it was a one-sided fight? What are you talking about? Now I know you the fake Dave Thomas because the other Dave Thomas don't be putting stupid shit. So now Dave Thomas with the purple, you in the hot seat. What mistake did Teofimo Lopez make? See, now I know y'all don't know shit. I know you don't know shit about boxing now. What mistake did Teofimo Lopez make versus Magdaleno that you seen when he knocked him out brutally and started dancing? Now we know who the imposter is exactly. We knew there was two Dave Thomases and the other one was complaining. Now I see who the fake one is. Because the other Dave Thomas, I've seen him in the chat, and he's never put this dumb shit you putting. So you the Dave Thomas from Wendy's, and we about to grill your ass. I want all the beef because you was square. Oh, my gosh. I said you Dave Thomas from Wendy's. I'm looking for all the beef, and we going to grill your ass because you square. Get it? Wendy's, Dave Thomas, square burgers. Oh, my gosh. Bars. Shout out to Dave Thomas in the green. I got you. LOL, I was having a convo with another guy. He said, Lopez, block him. You don't want to smoke. I'm looking for all that smoke in the hot seat. Block Dave Thomas with the purple, not the green. Purple Dave Thomas is out of there. I'm not playing games with y'all. We know the fate. I was talking to Dean Washington. I don't care if you was talking to Denzel Washington. You're out of here. I'm doing all y'all greasy all year for the rest of the year. The marathon continues. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to the real Dave Thomas. We had to get him up out of here. We got these imposters. Okay. See, listen, if you an imposter, that don't work. That shit don't fly over here. Because you come in impersonating Eagle's army, you can't ever talk. Because the moment you open your mouth, we gonna know you the imposter. Because you can't talk. You can't talk like us. We smell a rat. Let's get it. Oh, I'm on that good and alcohol. I'm smoking old media marathon. Oh my God, we having an old media marathon. We destroying these boys. We got that bubble. We got that bubble kush. These dudes getting smoked out. Come with your best shit, your best argument if you want to ever compete with us. We the elite. We control the narrative. George C, what's up? $2 super chat.
This the real deal. This the real deal.
Ego, easy work. Ego working weekends. You know that. I gotta chill, man. We giving out that work. Hold on. Hey, I'll be back later. I gotta save my voice. I've been destroying these arguments. You see nobody coming with nothing for me. The only thing the man fans could do is say you're hating. That's it. That's all they say. You're hating. But I refuse to tell you what you said that was incorrect. I refuse to go toe to toe and debate you in the hot seat. You're hating. That's just it. Loma, pound for pound, #1 amongst fighters with 1 loss and no melon. Wow. Bottom line is, you look at everybody else, and when they're not part of the secret society, they got to do whatever. Clarissa Shields, she got substantially less fights. This is what I'm talking about. These are the tests. These are the tests that I'm talking about. Clarissa Shields, make sure you guys tune in today. Showtime, get Showtime Boxing, Showtime Anytime, all that stuff. Clarissa Shields is shorter, and she looks like she doesn't have the size advantage here. She dropped down in weight to pursue bigger fights, right? Because other girls, like they weren't the big names, and she's trying to bring women's boxing back. So it's totally different than men's divisions and guys dropping weight. She's fighting someone who's bigger, who has more fights than her. In fact, Christina Hammer has more knockouts than Clarissa Shields has fights. Christina Hammer has like 11 knockouts. Christina Hammer has 11 knockouts. Clarissa only has 10 fights. You get what I'm saying? So these are the types of tests where I could see I can understand something about you. I can feel where you coming from. This is for undisputed. So Clarissa Shields, she's gonna be a bad mama jamma if she wins tonight. And I'm betting on her to win. Not betting money, but I'm saying I'm picking her. You know? But it's no give me a fight. Like I said, Clarissa got 10 fights. Christina Hammer got 24 fights. And they're both undefeated. Lomachenko, like I said, Wednesday fought someone like that. Someone who has momentum, someone who's bigger, someone who has an undefeated record, someone that has more knockouts than he has fights, shit like that. Those are the types of tests. Guys with momentum. Like I said, Teofimo could be what Canelo was to Mayweather. And Mayweather did it pushing 40. Lomachenko ain't, I don't even know if he's 30. He might be like 29, 30 or something. Why? Get that boy Teofimo. He said it's a Teofimo takeover. Stop that takeover. Prove he ain't ready right now. But instead, he's like, oh, get a belt. And Aram talking about making the fight on Super Bowl. Why we got to wait till Super Bowl? So we can watch Tom Brady and Teofimo. Like, why? Why we got to wait that long? That's why I said I can't believe the narratives when you have an in-house fight that should be easy to make. You're not making that, but you're clamoring for it and claiming that you want guys out of the division on the opposite side of the street, like Tank Davis. You want Mikey Garcia, who just announced he's fighting Eric Morales in an exhibition, and he's coming off of a loss. Loma is not 33. I'm pretty confident in that he's not that age. Let me look it up. You know, I don't like unreliable information, so I'll look it up. Vasil Lomachenko, he's 31. He was born in 88. He just turned 31 February 17th. Yeah, I knew he wasn't 33. So anyway, that's the thing. And see, people are going to misconstrue it. Oh, new media hating on Loma. Nobody hating on him. But you tell me he's the God MC, let me see that. If you want to compare him to Muhammad Ali, but he don't have to fight guys that Muhammad Ali fought that he was supposed to lose to. That's what we talking about. Someone said Christina Hammer is big. That's what I'm saying. Like, Clarissa Shields, that's a significant win if she goes in there and set up shop, because she's fighting someone with more. Like, when Lomachenko, it's hard to find someone that has more experience than him. You know, that's hard because not everyone got 2 gold medals and stayed an amateur to the point where they amount 400 plus fights, right? So that he's always like stepping in with guys that he has more experience with that. So he usually has that. When he was at featherweight and stuff, he was looking a lot bigger than a lot of those guys. And then he has tools, he has skills, good footwork, you know, lets his hand go, varies his punching power or punches, the speed and velocity of him. And then on top of that, you look at the stylistic matchup. Who's he fighting that stylistically you think would really beat him? Like, especially somebody bigger. Floyd fought bigger guys and stronger guys than him and still beat him. When have we seen Lomachenko fight someone who had momentum, that outweighed him, that, you know, undefeated, stuff like that? So like an undefeated puncher who had momentum, been active, those types of things. This is the things people don't bring up. Like Marco Antonio Barrera, he stopped the tracks, I guess is what I was trying to say, of Prince Nassim Hamed. Somebody like that. Somebody with charisma, somebody who had some good experience, somebody had a flashy. Marco Antonio Barrera compared to Prince Nassim, stylistically, he's a lot slower. He's not as flashy and doesn't have as much pizzazz and stuff like that. And Marco Antonio Barrera, a legend, shout out to the babyface assassin, shout out to Mexico, put it down. He held Mexico down because he beat, and then Prince Nassim, and this is coming from a huge Prince Nassim fan. That's one of my favorite fighters. But I can't deny with Marco Antonio. So he was up against it. Some people like, oh, hell no. Nah. Prince Nassim, he got the flair, he got the speed, you know, he moves a lot, right? There's no way Barrera beat. He proved he could beat him, and he beat him, and he schooled him. Not only did he beat him, he schooled Prince Nassim with just basic fundamentals, basic boxing, catching him with shots, much slower, but timing. You know, he was just on point that fight. That's what I'm talking about. Who does Lomachenko have like that? An active guy with the style that you think has what it takes to beat him, you know, undefeated moment, that type of shit, that Barrera stuff. Name somebody like where Lomachenko had any level of being an underdog. Come on, bro. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Che Guevara, he said Lomachenko's first fight at lightweight was against champion Jorge Linares. And what does that mean? So Linares was the man to beat at lightweight. He was the best lightweight to you. He better than Mikey Garcia? Broner moved up 2 weight classes and beat a champion in Paulie Malignaggi. What that mean? So Broner went from 35 to 47 and beat a champion at age 24. Okay. Y'all don't know shit about boxing. That's what's up. So what does that mean? So you give Broner credit for moving up more weight classes and beating Paulie Malignaggi? Linares can box, but he's always had the same issue. Rugged pressure guys with power, he folds. You look at his fight after with Pablo Cesar Cano. He got destroyed in 1 round. He's always had that. Malignaggi had no power, but Broner still. You clearly don't know shit about boxing. Malignaggi had no power against other 147 pounders. Broner was coming from 35, so he still moved up 2 weight classes and still beat him. See, once again, with the black fighter, this is what you guys do. You're trying to take away credit from Adrian Broner, right? By saying Paulie had no power. He was a champion, and he might not have power to adequate 147 pounders like Sean Porter or something. But it's different when you're moving in one fell swoop from 135. Strike one, you in the hot seat. Let's just make this a hot seat. So what are you talking about? And it's not just about Broner. He's not the only one. You bitch don't play the race card. Come stop me from playing any card I want. Block Tony 2 times. Get him the fuck out of here. We don't give a fuck what you talking about. Block Tony 2 times. Block him 2 times for the record. Motherfucker talking about bitch don't play the race card. All right, Che Guevara, whatever your name is. Let's get it. Broner's not the only person, but he did it at age 24, a younger age, and he still moved up. Hey, Cursor, you keep blocking and unblocking people. You got to just one shot, one kill. I don't know why I keep seeing your name hide and then unhide and hide. The racists are in here. I know. Oh, wow. He said I blocked him 2 times. Touche. No, you did this again yesterday, so I thought you were making mistakes. No, you got that one. You're right. I said block him 2 times. Hey, my shooters is petty as fuck, bro. He really blocked him 2 times. That was funny. That was good. Everybody give it up for Cursor. His name was Tony 2 times. I said block him 2 times. He literally blocked him 2 times. That is hilarious. Shout out to Cursor. He said, brought him back to life. And oh my gosh. That was funny. Now that's how you're supposed to shoot. Shout out to Cursor. That was good. Cursor, how you gonna clap someone, respawn them, and then clap them again? You re-clapped? Oh my gosh. That's tight. That was dope. But anyway, bro, these dudes ain't not talking about nothing. Where's block Che Guevara? I'm done. We laughing with Cursor and he think we just gonna forget about him. He ain't answering. Block his ass. He had way too much time to answer. And he didn't say shit. Che Guevara, get rid of him. He trying to blend in with us laughing and shit. Nah, bro. I didn't forget we were in a hot seat. I told you I'm Eagle Valley. Y'all shouldn't have never started. because it won't end unless we end it. Che Guevara tried to be all silent and try to blend in like I forgot. Motherfucker, we didn't forget. Hey, why these dudes come back talk about why they got blocked and who blocked? Bro, nobody care. I don't care why you got blocked. Blocked? Oh my God. Why did they come back try to explain why they got blocked? You blocked me because I said block. You blocked again. We don't have time for this shit. Listen, if you came back, why do they do that? Why don't you just come back and chill and nobody go remember you unless you had a crazy, a name that stood out. And just chill and just get back to enjoy the festivities. But they always come back, yeah, why'd you block me? And then they get blocked on that account. And then they start turning into stalkers and shit. It's funny. He said, ego, they traumatized, they go to other channels. I know, they be crying and shit. He was crying in there, like, you blocked me, you blocked me. What are you going to another channel talk about I blocked? What they gonna do? What is another channel gonna do? They gonna free you? They gonna give you you act like you talking to the parole committee or something. Motherfucker, this is in-house. You can go to Donald Trump if you want. I'm still blocking your ass. I don't give, ain't no clemency. What the fuck? People telling on me. I went over there and proved him wrong. He blocked me. What that do? Who you gonna get? Who you want? You can get Donald Trump, get Condoleezza Rice, Mavis Beacon, Rob Lowe. I don't give a fuck who you get. Tony Stark. Get all of them. What they gonna do? You still blocked. And if you come back with the bullshit, you blocked again. You telling on me and shit. You on the Mayweather boxing show. Hey, Jeff, he blocked me. He blocked me, Jeff. He don't give a fuck. What you telling Jeff? Hey, Jeffrey, he blocked me, Jeff. Ego blocked me. Like, Jeff trying to make money on YouTube just like me. Like, you talking about he blocked me. Nobody care, bro. The black channel. They just block everyone. Block. It's like Blockosaurus Rex. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Nobody care about that dumb shit. Someone said Blockavelli. All eyes on me. We just blocking. But there's a lot of great stuff to be happy about in boxing. I can't wait. Yo, if you're just joining ESPN Plus, link in the description. Use my link. It helps the channel. If you're buying UFC tonight, UFC 236, use my link. All you have to do is click it, go through the little sign up, use the link. It helps the channel. Should be a good UFC card. I will be back too with the boxing to talk about Clarissa Shields. That's my favorite fight for the night. But Joey Spencer's also fighting. That's my guy. Kid Chocolate fighting in Minneapolis. So I'm going to check out those cards too. So it's just a lot going on today specifically. I just got a text that my Amazon package, I'm just building up the channel, people. I got a text that Amazon package got delivered, so I'm going to go check on that. We just working. We got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of fights. I'm doing a lot behind the scene. Listen, use my link, ESPN Plus. I'm Disney Ego. If you use, Max Holloway versus Poirier, you could do a pay-per-view. Just get the UFC 236 pay-per-view. It's $59.99. Or they have an exclusive promo. Click my link. You can get the pay-per-view for UFC 236 and ESPN Plus for 1 year for $79.99. You just pay up front, $79.99. Then you have today's pay-per-view, and then you also have ESPN Plus for a year, so you can watch Tyson Fury and, I'm sure Daniel Dubois, Anthony Yard, all the fights that Top Rank have, basically. So for $79.99, it's a promotion. You got to click the link. You can get UFC 236 and 1 year of ESPN Plus paid out the way. And that's regularly $110 if you were to have done it separately. So it's a pretty good deal. Oh, yeah, Money Powell is fighting too. Yeah, his pops let me know. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, Minnesota is popping. Man, there's a lot of boxing on. I got to get some snacks. There's hella boxing. Yeah, I'm going to take a break because I'm going to be working tonight. I'm going to take a break. I need to get some snacks. I got to go to, I think, Walmart and return something. I got some Amazon stuff, so, you know, I'm working behind the scenes. I got a bunch of gear that I just ordered and little things. We getting organized. We just getting ready for y'all. You know, it's about to be surgical summer. Can't wait. But yeah, new media. Shout out to everybody for always holding it down, holding me down. My shooters. Shout out to Cursor. You know, he's shooting people twice. Like he did that to a T. That was funny. My dude Prophet said he just finished grilling and popping some beers, getting ready. See, this is what it's about, man. Good boxing talk. We can, you know, listen, I don't care if people agree and disagree and stuff respectfully, but you're not coming up here talking this crazy shit, especially when I know what we saying and I know you're not supporting what you're saying. Nah, bro. We can't do that. Shooters, don't clap him, but Boxing is Life has been back here hella times. I don't know how you keep coming. I don't know how many emails. Hey, bro, don't block him unless he does something. I'll give the order. How many emails do you have, bro? Boxing is Life. Because I know I've seen your name several times and you keep getting blocked. How many times have you been blocked? How many emails do you have? How are you doing this? Just let new media know all the secrets. I'm curious, bro. I want to see how you guys keep doing this. Boxingego, it only takes 30 seconds to make an account. How? Just listen. I'm not going to have my shooters block you. Just tell me how it takes 30 seconds. How do you make an account? You don't have to verify it or anything? Because you motherfuckers be coming back quick. How are you guys making these accounts this quick, bro? I just want to know the secret. Let me know. Let me know. How are you guys coming back so quick after you get blocked? And why? How many accounts do you have, bro? Like, so what do you do with the accounts after? I'm confused. He said, how? See, we got an informant. Boxing is Life is our informant. He giving us the goods. He said, I just use my phone and on YouTube, you press add account. Really? So you don't have to verify an email or anything? That's how they keep coming back so quick then. So, you know, what about an email? You don't have to, like, make an email? Like, to associate with it? Nope, it's so easy. All right, fair enough. See, we nice. We try to all coexist. Thank you for the information, though. I appreciate that. He said we got a CI. I'm out. Listen, confidential informant. Hey, I'm out. Y'all wild. But shout out to Boxing's Life. At least he let me know how this is happening. That's okay. This is why you motherfuckers be popping up like zombies and shit. Because y'all be doing this way too quick. And I'm like, how they keep coming back? Now it makes sense. YouTube made it easy. You know? Block David Thomas, the fake one. Damn, they be coming back. Anyway, I'm going to get ready for the fights. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. What the hell? Someone putting scripture? Hey, y'all tripping. He said Ego is the fake Dave Thomas again. I know, bro. And that's why I'm trying to make sure so you're protected. We got to protect the Eagles Army's fans' right. Their rights. These dudes be coming back trying to impersonate you. Crazy. YouTube should fix that, though. Gorilla mail. That sound like some prison shit. Nah, I ain't had no gorilla mail. That sound like pretty harsh. Yeah, overnight me this package, Buster. Yeah, I'm finna send that. I'm gonna send that shit gorilla mail. Hey, cut. I'm about to send this gorilla mail, cut. Like, what the fuck is gorilla mail? That sound like some. You from Slauson, motherfucker? You from the 60s, bro? What the fuck is gorilla mail, bro? Y'all be scaring me sometimes. Y'all gang related? What? Hey, King Flacco, a fool. Hey, I'm out of here. I'm gonna take a break before this. Peace out, y'all.